How you doing there? A couple of movie nuts coming right at you. And here today, we're here to do the
top 5 movies of 2011. We are at the 6-month mark. It just ended, so we're starting the second half.
This video is being recorded June 30th, 2011. So for him, and for everyone else, it's the halfway mark kind of through the year. So he's gonna do a top 5.
Top 5, and then the worst
one.
Yeah.
So I asked him, well, isn't there worst 5? And he's like, nah, worst 1. I'm like, okay, that works.
Why shine attention on the bad ones? Like, just single out one to make fun of it, and then the rest just forget.
Praise the good 5?
Yeah, praise.
Makes sense to me. That way you guys don't have to watch that long a video.
Pretty much. Well, I'm going to start off by saying that I've seen 22 movies this year, which isn't as much as I usually have seen.
Now, just so people know, these are movies, new movies in the theater.
2011 releases.
In the theater.
In the theater. I've seen 22, and that averages to just under 1 a week. I think there's 25 weeks that we've been through so far, and maybe 26. I've seen 22, so.
And you wanted to what? See 1 a week, didn't you?
Yeah, I wanted to see 1 a week, and I missed out on a couple. I don't necessarily know if I would consider it missing out, but
I missed them. Yeah, you missed them.
I missed them. All right, so let's start from bottom to top. We're going to start with my number 5 movie is Source Code. It was Jake Gyllenhaal's movie from earlier in the year. I thought it was really good. That's the one where he has 8 minutes to figure out what happened in this train wreck before everybody dies, and there's interesting playing with time. I'm a time travel nut. So.
Oh, is there time travel in that movie?
A little bit. I mean, it's just you're repeating the same 8 minutes over and over again and seeing how you alter one thing and change the effect
like
of
a Groundhog Day. Yeah.
Groundhog's Day for 8 minutes, except everybody dies like every time.
Oh.
So it's a less cheery Groundhog Day. But I thought it was really good. They played the time really well. It had good characters. Jake Gyllenhaal was really good. And there's some secrets in that movie I'm not going to give out, but that really sell the movie and make it interesting and unique, and I'd highly recommend that one. So that's number 5. Number 4, Scream 4. It gets my 4th place spot. I thought it was really good. A lot of haters out there on Scream 4. I am not one of them. I'm a fan of the franchise. I'm a fan of the series. It's nice to see the series go back to the roots, and not only go back to the roots, but go back to the roots in such a way that they do a pseudo reboot. Hard word to say. Pseudo reboot of the franchise, and so it was like experiencing the first one all over again. Good movie, see it. And if you didn't like it, then stop being mean.
Oh crap! One quick thing I didn't say in the Scream 4 review. One thing I liked, it was the first time since the first one that they were in Woodsboro, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's one thing that gosh dang it, I wish I would have remembered, but...
They went back to Woodsboro.
We're not going to start in on Scream 4, but...
It's really tempting to.
Yeah, I know, I just wanted to...
I can talk about that movie for years.
Well, maybe we'll do another Scream 4 review then, but as long as you mentioned it, we should do another one maybe after it's come out on video so I can see it again.
Yeah. We can reboot the review.
Yeah, we'll do a reboot of the review. It'll be the review with the whatever. It's the letter turned into a 2.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just say that because I forgot it on the Scream 4 review that it was great to, even though it wasn't even in the same place. They didn't film in the same place, but in the movie it was.
Like it.
Yeah. I didn't know. In the movie it was Woodsboro, and it's very windy. And maybe wind's on the mic, maybe not. If it is, bear with us. If it ain't, just keep watching. Yeah, I just wanted to say that Scream 4, first time back in Woodsboro since the first one, that was awesome, which really helped also kind of the reboot thing and the just making it really feel like the good old days of the first one.
Absolutely.
All right.
Scream 4, great movie. Then number 3 spot goes to Super 8. Super 8 was really fantastic.
We've done a review of Super 8,
the review
which you can see on the channel there if you're so inclined.
It was a good movie. I still hold that it would have been the perfect movie had they just followed the kids.
Oh man.
And the relationships with the parents.
Oh.
But the monster stuff is good. As I say, it reminds me of Jaws, and just because a movie reminds me of Jaws doesn't hurt it because Jaws is among my 20 favorite movies. So, good movie, see it. Thor is my number 2 movie. Thor, I'm a sucker for the comic book adaptations. I'm a fan of the character. I'm a fan of the Greek mythology. Of course, this isn't Greek, it's Norse, but whatever, you know.
It's mythology.
It's mythology. It's the Norse mythology, and they did it like a Shakespearean play. And that's what I really liked about it. Kenneth Branagh brought his knowledge of the Shakespeare, and he did a really kind of neat job with it. And Chris Hemsworth, my God, that dude is amazing. He was the dude who played Captain Kirk's father in the beginning of Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
And
Star Trek 2009.
2009. Also a very good movie. But like, that dude just melts into the role because like he was in like what 2-3 minutes of Star Trek, and I thought he was the best presence in that movie.
Oh, really?
He was so good. And Thor, completely different character, completely unrecognizable as those 2 different characters. There's a helicopter.
Talk loud.
I'm going to be talking over. Apparently there's a military drop going on. Anyway, Chris Hemsworth was just terrific. He made that movie. Natalie Portman her character was completely pointless in that movie, but she was so good and so cute and so lovable that like I was in it. I was in that movie and I loved that movie. I thought
you were in it?
I wasn't actually in it, but it immersed me into the Marvel universe. I think that's one of the best Marvel movies to come out, especially in the new like Marvel trend of creating the Avengers.
Yeah.
I think it's the best one after first Iron Man. And then my number 1 movie of the year, also giving it to Marvel, I have to give it to X-Men: The First Class. X-Men, I have not been a huge fan of as a franchise. The first one I thought was alright, and they did a really good job of creating the hate that the X-Men and mutants feel, and I thought that was really kind of powerful. But the movie had no story, nothing there. It was just a really bad.
What, the first
movie, the original X-Men. Like it was a really bad story with really good characters and really good special effects. So it was enjoyable. Then you get the second one, which actually had a story, but still there wasn't much with it. And they kept on following Wolverine, who's like, I love Hugh Jackman, great actor. But like, there's not much that you can go where that character, the character journey that Wolverine takes isn't that interesting overall. Like, he's been around forever, but there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Because he can't remember it, and they don't explore the memories. So, X-Men 2, which was the best prior to this, was the height of it, and I'd only give it like a passing grade. X3 was trash. That was utter trash. Like, my God. And Wolverine was better than the utter trash that was The Last Stand, but it was still nothing. This is the first X-Men movie where I felt like so emotionally connected to the 2 leads. And it's also the first movie in the franchise that you like got characters that were there for no other reason than to have like an emotional response to. Like Mystique, who played a role in the first 3 X-Men movies. She's in this one, played by Jennifer Lawrence, who's a really terrific young actress. Her entire character's role in that movie is an emotional one. She has no action scenes. She's just there for the audience to like react to. She did a great job. I was so impressed with her. She's one of my favorite characters, and she just nailed that. I felt for her character. James McAvoy, my God, that you could swim in that man's eyes. They're so blue. But he was so good as Charles Xavier, and I liked that he was like a little like kind of drunken playboy to start off with when he was younger. Like, I thought that was neat, and I totally bought how Patrick Stewart he becomes Patrick Stewart. And Michael Fassbender, who plays Magneto, is like the prize of that movie. And the score in the movie, excellent. Best movie of the year. I loved that movie so much.
How many times have you seen it then?
I've seen it twice. I'm on my 3rd one. I'm going to be seeing it sometime, hopefully over the next week.
Okay.
I really love that movie. It's the best movie of the year, without question. And I also think it's Marvel at the height of their quality.
Wow.
This is the first time they've made an X-Men movie. I only had one complaint for the movie, and that was that this was not the first movie. Had this been the first movie, they could have set the precedent for a comic book movie. And
doesn't it?
I mean, it does in that, like, it's really good. But like,
if it had been the
if
first,
if this had been 2000, yeah,
great first one. You mean?
Yeah, it would have been such a great.
Yeah, but the problem with making such a great first one is where do you go? I mean, you can't. Kind of like Spider-Man 2. I mean,
I've heard rumors of where the sequel to this one is going to go.
No, I mean,
yeah,
how can you possibly be that great?
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But also the sequel rumors out there. I hope there's some truth to them. It sounds like they're going to explore the mutant involvement with the JFK assassination, which could explain like the grassy knoll and the second shooter and stuff.
Is there anything
like that.
about that in the books?
No, not really. Like they're
just doing that for the movie.
Yeah, and the ties to history in The Last Stand with the Cuban Missile Crisis. Oh my God, it's just terrific. And they used footage from the Cuban Missile Crisis with John Kennedy, and that tied in really well. It didn't feel forced. Everything felt the time. It felt like it was the '60s. I loved it.
But you said The Last Stand.
Sorry, First Class.
Oh.
Last Stand. Oh my God.
Because you said something. Last Stand, absolutely beautiful. I loved it, and I was sitting here going,
No.
Well, at least there's something good about it.
No, I was not a fan of The Last Stand.
Yeah. Anyway, so well, wait. Did you?